It's not over tonight. Just give me one more chance to make it right. Oh shit, my mic is hot. My mic is hot. Hold it. Ah! My mic is steaming. My mic is steaming right now. It's so freaking hot. My bad, guys. My bad, guys. I didn't realize I had a hot mic in front of me. Ah! Ow! Man, I got a hot mic right now. I got a hot mic, and I'm just trying to be like Mike. What's up, girl? All right. What do I got today? I have a 1 hour special. Guys, act now. Act fast. Deal's about to go down. Deal is about to go down, and it's about to be gone forever. Act now or forever hold your pesos. Pulled that out of the ye old rucksack. Rucksack. Ye old rucksack. I pulled that out of there to give to you. And this is a 1 hour special because we got to record as much as I can tonight, but I got a meeting at 7:30. And that meeting's probably going to last maybe about an hour. We'll see. So I'll probably be back on after the fact. But I want to do as much as I can in that time. And I think that we have like 3-ish chapters to do. I think that I could do at least one. I'm going to hope for more than that, but I think I could do at least one. So that's the plan for today. Let's do a little bit of Dua Lipa. Duo Lipo. Actually, I don't like that. All right, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a warm-up based on my feedback. I got, let's see. I got vocal warm-up. So inhale for a count of 4. Slow hiss on a count of 8. You ready? All right. Let's prevent mumbling by doing a series of lip and tongue loosening drills. Lip trills, which is blowing air through the relaxed lips or make them vibrate. Is what I do when I see your mom. Just kidding. If my brother's watching, I didn't mean that. I did not mean that. I forgot my brother's one of the people that watch. I'm so sorry. Christopher, if you're watching, this is not what I meant. All right. So we got that done. Flexible tongue and lips will help you pronounce bankroll. So stretch your tongue. So out, up, side to side. Almost touched my nose there. Can you believe? Touch my nose? What? Could you imagine? How cartoonish. All right. I like that because I feel like that really actually does wake up the tongue in a way that I don't know. I feel like actually more awake. I feel actually more awake doing that. Wow. Okay. All right. Ooh, I should probably do a little bit of massaging the tongue. The tongue is so big. It's such a big thing right here. And you can really see it as you're 30 years old, approaching your 40s, start to sag a bit. Get back up there, my man. Get back up there. What are you doing? All right. I actually do feel a bit of soreness in my voice, probably from yesterday, but we're gonna do what we do. Tongue twisters, real quick. Let me just make sure. All right, we're good. We're good. All right, tongue twisters. Tongue twisters. You ready? I am. Proper performers practice precisely to prevent pointless repetition. Proper performers practice precisely to prevent pointless repetition. Proper performers practice precisely to prevent pointless repetition. Bill's Big Bets built a better blackjack bankroll. Bill's Big Bets built a better blackjack bankroll. Bill's Big Bets built a better blackjack bankroll. Okay. Smoother speech saves stories from sounding stilted. Smoother speech saves stories from sounding stilted. Smoother speech saves stories from sounding stilted. Constant cadence. Consistent cadence keeps context clear and connected. Consistent cadence keeps content 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 clear and connected. All right. So we did some warm up real quick. And yeah. Let's go in to here. Now, I was on this page right here. In fact, I think my settings are a little too high. Let me take this filter back a bit. There we go. All right. I think that's a bit better. And once we get a green screen in here, it'll be totally good. Totally good right now. What do you think? Open, recent. Close, save, back, turn off that solo, mute. Bam. Bam. All right. All right. Let's pull up chapter 7. Reload the Twitch chat here. Oh. I was like, pull up the keyboard. I literally have a keyboard attached. That's where we're at, guys. That's where we're at. Okay. All right. I should drink just a little bit of this before we get started. What is this, you might be asking? I am drinking Gamer Subs. Get yourself some Gamer Subs right now. Drink Gamer Subs. Use code TOM to save yourself, I think, 25%, or maybe it's 40%. Maybe it's save 90%. Save 90% off of your order if you use code TOM at checkout. And if it's not working, if it's not taking 90% off, then it's just too late. The promotion expired. Sometimes they have to put it back up and only take, I don't know, 25% off or something, or 10% off. But right now, if you act fast, 90% off. So check it out. Okay. All right. I'm glad I'm breaking this into sections. Because if I had to do 3 chapters all at once, I'd be pretty sad. Chapter 7. Common Mistakes to Avoid. In the fast-paced and exhilarating game of craps, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement and make costly errors. Understanding common pitfalls can significantly enhance your chances of success at the table. Here are some of the most frequent mistakes players make and how to avoid them. 1. Betting on every possible option. 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 One of the most common mistakes new players make is spreading their bets too thin across multiple options on the table. While it might seem appealing to cover as many outcomes as possible, this strategy often leads to unnecessary losses. Each bet on the table carries its own odds. And some bets are much riskier than others. For example, proposition bets like hard ways or any 7 have a high house edge, meaning the likelihood of winning is low. Instead of betting on every possible option, focus on making a few strategic bets with the best odds. Such as pass line bets or odds bets. Ignoring the importance of odds bets. Odds bets are one of the few wagers in casino Odds bets are one of the few wagers in a casino with no house edge, meaning they pay out at true odds. However, many beginners overlook or forget to place odds bets after the point is established. Failing to take advantage of this bet can reduce your winnings. Failing to take advantage of this bet can reduce your potential winnings significantly. Failing to take advantage of this bet can reduce your potential winnings significantly. Always remember to back up your line. Always remember to back up your pass line or don't pass line bets with odds bets whenever possible. 3. Chasing losses. Craps is a game of ups and downs, and it's easy to get caught. It's easy to get caught in a losing streak. One of the biggest mistakes players make is increasing their bets in an attempt to recoup losses. Quickly. This approach can lead to even greater losses and quickly deplete your bankroll. Instead of chasing losses, it's important to stay disciplined. And stick to your original betting strategy. And stick to your original betting strategy. Accepting that losses are a part of the game, and knowing when to walk away is key to long-term success. 4. Misunderstanding the role of the house edge. The house edge is a mathematical advantage that the casino holds over the player. In craps, different bets carry different house edges. For example, pass line bets have a relatively low house edge of 1.41%, while bets like hardways can have a house edge as high as 9. A common mistake is to ignore these differences and place bets without considering the house edge. To maximize your chances of winning, focus on bets with the lowest house edge, and avoid high risk wagers that favor the casino. 5. Failing to manage your bankroll. Proper bankroll management is essential in craps. As in any casino game. A common error is not setting betting limits. On how much you're willing to spend or how much you're willing to lose before starting before starting to play. Without a clear plan, it's easy to get carried away by the excitement of the game and get more than you can afford, and bet more than you can afford. Before you start playing, determine your bankroll and set a limit for both wins and losses. This will help you maintain control and prevent you from making impulsive decisions that could lead to significant losses. 6. Overlooking the rules and payouts of different bets. Craps offers a wide variety of betting options, each with its own rules and payouts. New players often make the mistake of placing bets without fully understanding how they work or what the potential payouts are. This can lead to confusion and missed opportunities. Before placing any bets, take the time to learn the rules. Take the time to learn the rules and payouts associated with each bet. This knowledge will allow you to make informed decisions and increase your chances of success. 7. Succumbing to superstitions. Craps is a game that is often surrounded by superstition, with many players believing in lucky numbers, rituals, or strategies that have no basis in fact. While it can be fun to engage in the traditions and superstitions of the game, relying on them to make decisions is a mistake. The outcome of each roll is determined by chance, and no amount of superstition can change the odds. Instead of relying on luck, focus on strategies based on probability and the house edge. Overcomplicating your bets. In the thrilling and fast-paced world of craps, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement and start placing a wide variety of bets, believing that complexity equals sophistication. However, overcomplicating your betting strategy is one of the most common pitfalls for both new and experienced players alike. While the craps table offers a myriad of betting options, simplicity is often the key to long-term success. Understanding why overcomplicating your bets can be detrimental is crucial to improving your gameplay and boosting your chances of winning. At its core, craps is a game that can be as straightforward or as complex as you make it. The variety of bets available on the table The variety of bets available on the table can be overwhelming, especially for beginners. There are pass line bets, don't pass, don't pass, don't pass bets, come bets, don't come bets, place bets, field bets, proposition bets. Let's see if I can speed up there. Place bets, field bets, proposition bets, and many more. Each of these bets comes with its own rules and odds. Comes with its own rules, odds, and payouts. While it might be tempting to engage in multiple types of bets simultaneously to cover as many outcomes as possible, this approach can often lead to confusion. Mismanagement of your bankroll, and ultimately, unnecessary losses. One of the primary reasons overcomplicating your bets can be harmful. One of the primary reasons overcomplicating your bets could be harmful is the house edge associated with various wagers. The house edge is the built-in advantage that the casino has over the players, and it varies significantly depending on the type of bet you place. For example, the pass line bet has a relatively low house edge of 1.41%, making it one of the safest and most popular bets on the table. In contrast, bets like the NE7 or hardways can have a house edge as high as 9% or more. When you start placing bets on multiple complex bets, especially those with higher house edges, you're increasing the casino's advantage over you, reducing your chances of winning. Moreover, managing multiple bets simultaneously can be mentally taxing and lead to mistakes. Craps is a game of quick decisions, and when you're trying to juggle too many bets at once, it's easy to lose track of what's happening on the table. This can result in missing out on key opportunities, placing incorrect bets, or even forgetting to collect your winnings. The more complicated your betting strategy, the more room there is for error. Another issue with overcomplicating your bets. Is the impact it has on your bankroll. Complex betting strategies often require placing many bets at once, which can quickly drain your funds. Especially during a losing streak. For instance, if you're placing If you're placing several high-risk proposition bets alongside your standard pass line or come bets, your bankroll can deplete rapidly. This can force you to make larger bets to recoup losses. Which only increases your risk. By sticking to a simpler strategy, you can better manage your bankroll, making your money last longer, and giving yourself more opportunities to win. It's also important to recognize that overcomplicating your bets doesn't necessarily increase your chances of winning. In fact, it can often do the opposite. Craps is fundamentally a game of chance, and while there are strategies that can help you make more informed decisions, that can help you make more informed decisions, there's no surefire way to predict the outcome of each roll. The more bets you place, the more you're spending your money across different outcomes, which can dilute your potential winnings. A simpler approach focusing on a few well-chosen bets with favorable odds can be more effective in the long run. Finally, overcomplicating your bets can detract from the enjoyment of the game. Craps is meant to be fun and exciting, but when you're overwhelmed by trying to keep track of multiple bets, the game can become stressful and less enjoyable. By simplifying your strategy, you can focus more on the experience. Enjoying the social interaction and camaraderie that makes craps such a popular casino game. In conclusion, while the allure of complex betting strategies in craps can be strong, simplicity often leads to better outcomes. By avoiding the trap of overcomplicating your bets, you can reduce the house edge, manage your bankroll more effectively, minimize mistakes, and enhance your overall enjoyment of the game. Remember, in craps, sometimes less is more. Stick to a straightforward betting strategy, and you'll find that success often follows. Chasing losses and increasing bets recklessly. One of the most dangerous habits a craps player can develop is the urge to chase losses. is the urge to chase losses. It's a natural human instinct. When we lose, we want to. It's a natural human instinct. When we lose, we want to recover quickly. We want to recover quickly. Quickly. Often leading to hasty and reckless decisions. In the context of craps, this often means increasing your bets. This often means increasing your bets in an attempt to win back what you've lost. However, this approach is fraught with risk and can quickly spiral out of control, turning a manageable loss into a devastating one. Craps, like all casino games, is designed with a house edge that ensures the casino has an advantage over the player in the long run. While it's possible to have winning sessions, there will inevitably be this is hard. There will inevitably be times when luck isn't on your side. It's during these moments that the temptation to chase losses becomes strongest. The thinking goes, if I just bet a little more, I can win back what I've lost. I can win back what I've lost. If I just bet a little more, I can win back what I've lost. Unfortunately, this line of thinking is flawed, and often leads to even greater losses. The first issue with chasing losses is that it disrupts your betting strategy. Successful craps players understand the importance of sticking to a well-thought-out plan whenever it involves making consistent bets like the pass line or using a strategy that incorporates odds bets. When you start chasing losses, you're abandoning that strategy in favor of emotional decision making. This often leads to placing bets you wouldn't normally make, such as high-risk proposition bets or significantly larger bets that you're comfortable with. Significantly larger bets than you're comfortable with. As your bets increase in size, so does the potential for loss, and before you know it, you've put more money on the line than you initially intended. You've put more money on the line than you initially intended. Increasing bets recklessly I probably want to take that up. increasing bets recklessly in an attempt to recover losses is particularly dangerous because of the way the house edge compounds over time. Because of the way the house edge compounds over time. The more you bet, the more easier. Track. Yo, that almost got me. Brother Bear, brother man, brother man, brother man, brother man. Bro, why are you not? Do I have to like slowly walk you down like you're microtubule? Bro? I gotta slowly walk you down? Okay, let's redo that because I'm pretty sure it. The more you bet, the more I caught that like immediately, but that was almost really bad. Okay. The more you bet, the more the casino's advantage works against you. With larger bets, while larger bets can indeed lead to bigger wins, they can just as easily lead to bigger losses. If the dice continue to go against you, each subsequent bet you place in an attempt to recover can wipe out your bankroll at an alarming rate. At an alarming rate. Another problem with chasing losses is that it can often lead to what's known as tilt. Tilt is a term borrowed from poker that describes a state of emotional frustration and impaired decision making, following a string of losses. When you're on tilt, you're more likely to make irrational choices, such as doubling down on losing bets, or making desperate wagers in the hopes of a big win. In craps, this might manifest as placing large, high-risk bets that you wouldn't normally consider, simply because you're trying to make up for lost ground. Tilt can be a vicious cycle. The more you lose, the more desperate The more desperate your decisions be, the more you lose, the more desperate your decisions become, leading to even greater losses. Chasing losses can also cloud your judgment. Chasing losses can also cloud your judgment and lead to a loss of perspective. And lead to a loss of perspective. When you're focused solely on winning back what you've lost, it's easy to forget the bigger picture. Craps, like all gambling, should be approached as a form of entertainment, not a guaranteed way to make money. The goal should be to enjoy the game. Manage your bankroll responsibly and accept that losses are part of the experience. When you start chasing losses, you're no longer playing for enjoyment. You're playing out of desperation. Which can lead to poor decision making, and an unhealthy relationship with gambling. The best way to avoid the pitfalls of chasing losses is to set strict limits for yourself before you start playing. Determine a loss limit that you're comfortable with. An amount of money that you can afford to lose without it affecting your financial situation or your enjoyment of the game. Once you've reached that limit, it's time to walk away, even if you're tempted to keep playing. This requires discipline, but it's essential for maintaining control over your gambling habits. It's also helpful to keep your emotions in check while playing. Remember that craps is a game of chance and losing streaks are inevitable. When you experience a run of bad luck, take a deep breath, step back, and reassess your situation. Rather than increasing your bets in a desperate attempt to recover losses, consider reducing your bets or taking a break from the table. This allows you to regain your composure and approach the game with a clear mind. In conclusion, chasing losses and increasing bets recklessly is a dangerous behavior that can lead to significant financial. In conclusion, chasing losses and increasing bets recklessly is a dangerous behavior that can lead to significant financial and emotional consequences. While the urge to recover losses is understandable, it's important to resist this temptation and stick to a rational, disciplined approach to the game. By setting limits, managing your emotions, and remembering that craps is ultimately a game of chance. You can enjoy the game responsibly and avoid the destructive cycle of chasing losses. Of chasing losses. All right. 36 minutes. That's a little bit longer than the other chapters, to be honest. All right, so for chapter 8, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pages, and then chapter 9 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little over 7. We'll say 7.3. 7.3. I think I can record the conclusion right now. I think I have enough time before my meeting to record the conclusion. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that real quick, and then set up for my meeting. Have that meeting for about an hour, and then we'll come back, and then we'll do chapters 8 and then 9. How's that sound, guys? How's that sound? All right. Conclusion. Craps for beginners. Craps for beginners. Craps for beginners. Simple strategies to get you started. Has guided you through the fundamental aspects of one of the most exhilarating, if I could reach that, of one of the most exhilarating and social games in the casino. From understanding the basic rules, and objectives, to mastering the intricacies of betting and managing your bankroll. You've now gained the essential knowledge. What's up, Jacob? How you doing? What's up, Jacob? You've now gained the essential knowledge needed to approach the craps table with confidence. All right, sorry, I had to hit that all the way to the end of that paragraph. Had to get to that. The end of that paragraph, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more paragraphs before I got to take off in like 10-ish minutes. But Jacob, thank you so much for popping in. Very good to see you. Hello, you beautiful human. How are you doing today? I just have a little bit of housekeeping, Jacob. I just have a little bit of housekeeping because one day you came in here and you dropped it like it's hot. You dropped 100 bits on us, and I didn't even see it. I have no idea how I didn't see it. I had the chat pulled up. I think it's because the chat wasn't working here on Prism. So I think I was just like basing it off of that, and I just didn't see it at all. But right now I've got the chat pulled up, and then it's a split screen with the script taking up most of the screen. So I can actually see everything that you guys are saying real time here now, instead of like watching it from the screen here, and it takes a moment for it to populate. But yeah, so I saw that you dropped 100 bits, and I didn't even respond to it. So I had like 4 or 5 different videos where I was like, I just gotta hand it to Jacob for dropping 100 bits, and I didn't even see it. So yeah, thank you for that. This is a long delayed statement for me to say thank you so much for dropping it 100 bits on us. I really appreciate that. So Didn't have the chance to say that before because I didn't see it, but saw it now. Thank you very much for doing that. I appreciate it. All good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you. And this is like a super quick stream today. I'm just going till about 7:15, so we're nearing the end of this. Just recorded chapter 7, but we're about to finalize the conclusion. And then once I record, I have to do a meeting for like an hour or something. And then I'll come back and then I'll do chapters 8 and then 9. And then after that, we will have completed the entire 2-book series for this thing that I'm about to put together tonight. I have no doubt that I can blaze through it tonight. It's gonna be a long night, and I am already sleep deprived. So, hence the cave fefe. I got a little bit of coffee here. I got some coffee. The coffee is good, kind of. It's from Starbucks. So, I always feel like Starbucks in theory is a lot better. And then I actually get the Starbucks and I drink it, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of bitter and not what I picture. Every time I want to get this, it's like a cold, creamy, delightful treat. And I only think about the foam that's at the top. And I'm like, chocolate mousse. I could go for some chocolate mousse right about now. And then I get it, and it's like this bitter... It's this bitter thing. It's reality. It's reality. I today just heard about from Healthy Gamers. I think that's his name. Healthy Gamers, GG. He's a psychiatrist that broadcasts on YouTube. And he talks often about the psychological underpinnings of many of the mass media things out there. But one of the things that he was talking about today was he was talking about this concept of the Jungian concept of the air, the puer, which is weirdly similar to my name, right? The puer is like Pu, first two of my last name, and then air, the first two of my first name. So interesting. I didn't make that connection until now, but it's this idea of somebody who doesn't fully grow up and they are like they have their inner child is always singing like full blast. Their inner child has the wheel and they're always driving your meat wagon. And so like they live this life of fantasy and they're always thinking about like these fantastic things that they can do, and they cannot do the boring, mundane, gross existence that most of us live, where it's just like, damn, I got to sacrifice all of this to do that. And it's this idea of not being able to let go of the potential, not being able to let go of the possibility in the world, and being, unfortunately, contending with the harsh, bitter reality that just disappoints us consistently. And I like what he was saying was really resonating with me, because I thought, oh, there are a lot of people that never really grow up, and I guess I'm somewhat of that. And everything he was saying, I was like, yeah, I totally understand that up to a point. But then they're like, well, somebody who refuses to grow up can never do a job. They can never like hold down a job because they have to. It's beneath them. And in some cases, like my job is kind of that. It is kind of that, and it's a lot of what I've been saying here recently, where it's like I could do so much more than what this job is asking me to do. The underpinnings that I was trained on, the scientific underpinnings, allow me to do so much in life. And for me to just follow the script and you pass butter? Sorry, you pass butter? Join the club? Like, that's not the life for me. I want to live a fantastic life. I want to live a life of experience. I want to live a life of experience. I want to live a life of excitement. But life isn't the foam at the top of the drink. That's only really like 20%. And the only part that we really remember, most of the life is 80% of bitter coffee. that's in here that you don't really remember every single time, and it is the reason why you're getting this drink, but kind of just disappoints it all, you know? The boring is kind of the point, but also kind of a bummer. Kind of a bummer. So I don't know. It was really cool. It was really cool. I really enjoyed that really opened my eyes to this concept. And they said the way to fight through that is to find something really boring to do and fight through that monotony. And in some cases, this is kind of it. Like, the boring concepts of what I'm doing is kind of that. Of course, being an audiobook reader, audiobook narrator is a really cool thing to say. And you sit down in the booth and you realize how fucking hard it is. And then you're like, dude, I don't want to do this anymore. Please get me out of the booth. And then fighting through that feeling and trying to find the fun inside of the monotony is kind of the point. So, I don't know. I got to keep going with this, but all I'm saying is that really resonated with me today, and I really enjoyed what I watched. So, shout out to you, Healthy Gamers GG. All right. Okay. As you prepare to put this knowledge into practice, as you prepare to put this knowledge, by the way, if you're watching this, I'm going to be doing a lot of takes with this because this is the last thing people see. Oh my gosh, hold up. I got to pull up my, yo, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. I have to pull up my YouTube over here. Hi, Kirsten. Good to see you. Hello. How are you today? I am so sorry. I am just now seeing what you're saying like 3 minutes ago, but I appreciate you. Thanks for popping in. If you're still here, what up? Good to see you. But we are, what book is this? Okay, so this book is the Blackjack and Craps books put together. And it's a very new project that was given to me to do by the 9th. And I could have taken what I've already recorded for Blackjack and just put on a new recording for Craps and put it together. But I really didn't like my first recording of Blackjack. So I wanted to go back in and correct everything that I've done before and create a better product for Blackjack, which I can then just update at some point. But then I can also have this book where it's a tandem product and then sell that as well. So that's what the book is about. This is one of the gambling books that we're doing. And yeah, I'm really excited. But this is a really quick stream. I'm only going to stream for like maybe about 5 more minutes or so because I got a meeting to attend online for about an hour. So I'll be back, but at 7:30 I gotta be somewhere else, and I am unfortunately unwell. I'm so sorry to hear that, Kirsten. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry. Called in sick to work. I have no voice at all. That would be horrifying. I would actually, I don't like that at all. Given the fact that, like, if I had as much on my plate right now and then I got sick with no voice, I would be so pissed. I am so sorry to hear that, though. I'm so sorry to hear that you are experiencing that right now. Please get plenty of rest. Please drink up as much as you can. Get some vitamin C, vitamin D. Get some zinc for sure. I am just so sorry to hear that. Sounds like a good read. It's been a quick read. I'm not going to lie. It's been a very quick read. It's been a quick and dirty read. It has been, I'm trying to give it as much quality as I can given the time constraint, but it's very difficult to provide enough quality in here to like truly be proud of something like this. So I think I'm proud enough about it, but it's not to the level of like, everybody check it out and then blast it to all social medias. It's just something that I know is going to sell really well and will give me a good thing to put in the portfolio, but then also practice as well. Practice makes perfect. So we're here to make it perfect. We're here to make it perfect. I'm so glad I had the chat over there because I can see it over here and I'm like, wait a minute, that's on YouTube. Hold up. Well, a good read while you're voicing it. Thank you so much, Kirsten. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. My brother suggested this green screen behind me. He suggested I put up a green screen. I said, you know what? I could probably chroma key what is already here. But he's got a point, because I could probably hang up a green screen right back here in this corner. And maybe even make YouTube videos from like right here. That would be pretty sick, actually. He's got a point. He's got a point. And then I could have 2 lightings right here. Oh, wheels. Wheels are working. And then 3 cameras. 3 cameras. As you prepare to put this knowledge into practice, remember that craps is a game of both chance and skill. While the roll of the dice may be unpredictable, your decisions and strategies are within your control. The key to long-term success lies in staying disciplined, making informed bets, and knowing when to walk away. 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 It's also important to enjoy the experience. Craps is as much about the camaraderie and excitement of the game. Excitement of the game as it is about winning. Embrace the social aspect. Embrace the social aspect of the game. Have fun with your fellow players and celebrate the wins and losses as part of the overall journey. As you continue to develop your skills, consider this book a foundation upon which you can build more advanced strategies. Whether you're aiming to refine your betting techniques, deepen your understanding of odds, or explore new ways to manage your bankroll, there's always more to learn. There's always more to learn and discover in the world of craps. Approach the game with confidence. And play responsibly. Approach the game with confidence play responsibly, and, most importantly, enjoy the thrill of the role. With the strategies and insights provided in this book, with the strategies and insights provided in this book, you're well equipped to navigate the craps table. You're well equipped to navigate the craps table with skill, and poise. Here's to your success and enjoyment in the exciting world of craps. Here's to your success and enjoyment in the exciting world of craps. In the exciting world of craps. Bam. Damn, son, where'd you find this? All right. That is it for me today. Wait. Woo! Green screen is a good call. Thank you. I think it has some potential for sure, and especially if I have like another camera here and a center camera, that would be the pinnacle. That would be the pinnacle of what I can achieve here. I'm thinking like main cam in the middle. Hello? Oh no, no voice, no breathe. It's been a painful day. Oh no, I'll definitely be taking zinc, vitamin 3, and everything else. I hope you do, and I hope it makes you feel better, Kirsten. I hope it makes you feel better, because that's awful. That is awful. Good luck in the meeting. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, I'm running off to the meeting. It is 7:23, so I'm going to go do that. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the 1 hour special. I appreciate you. Shout out to Jacob Storm over on Twitch. Good to see you, Jacob Adams. You beautiful human. Thanks so much for popping in. I appreciate you over on Twitch. Thanks for the bits. I appreciate you. And shout out to Kirsten over on YouTube. Thank you so much for popping in as well. Thank you. You guys are wonderful. Thanks for keeping me company as I make these books, as always. Everyone follow, please. Eric's YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Audible. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thanks for the plugs. Kirsten. I appreciate that. And that's it for me today. That's all I got. Except we'll be back later tonight, and we're going to do the last 2 chapters. We got chapter 8 and chapter 9 to still do. Despite the fact that we just did the conclusion, we still have those 2 to knock out. It's about, 20 pages. So I could see us doing that in maybe an hour and a half, maybe. So maybe we'll be doing that till the end of the night. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you, and I'll see you